Hey, we're here at the Stoic Cigars booth with Vance Taylor. We just talked to him. Go check out that podcast, simplystoics.com. Vance, thanks for taking the time here at the trade show.
Appreciate you guys coming by.
So, you sent me a text message right after the Clear the Air aired, and you were like, how do I set the record straight? And I thought to myself, I'm like, oh shit, we fucked up. We said something on Clear the Air that certainly wasn't right. That wasn't the case. What did you want to clear up?
Well, okay, so there were two things. The main thing was actually my own slip up on the podcast when we were talking about the blend and the blending process. I don't know where the brain fart came from, but I said, well, it took 7 iterations. It was 17 iterations.
17 iterations.
So this blend was 17 iterations. We also just finished our second blend, which will be out this summer, and that was 22 iterations.
22 iterations for the second.
Yeah. So you guys were, because you were talking with Nick about what's the blending process like on the Clear the Air and how long does it normally take, and you guys were shocked. Well, it's Vance, 7 iterations, that's a lot. And I think, and for me, obviously, I'm new. That's one. So I'm taking a little longer to get it right. And then two is, I'm using a really unique and distinct tobacco in the filler. We talked about. Nick tried to guess what it was.
I tried to guess what it was. We were way off.
It's a great tobacco. Has a very unique and distinctive note, and it's also very difficult to blend to. If you don't balance it out right, it can spin off the rails into a very floral dimension or very bitter. And so we did a lot of finessing and fine tuning with that, especially, we're using 7 tobaccos in this blend, 5 in the filler. So we did 5 tobaccos in the filler on a 46 gauge. It's not easy.
No.
And so it's very sophisticated. I think it's an elegant smoke. We're really happy with the way it came out, but it took a lot of work. So
it took a lot of work, but the guy working on it, Class Kellner.
Yeah.
I mean,
very helpful to have Class involved for sure. And also what I love about Class is it's not, hey, Class, I want to taste more like this, and then he goes and does something. It's me saying, listen, let's try, because I taste all the tobaccos individually. I take my first crack at what I think will blend nicely, and then we start to tweak, and it's me saying, let's turn down the Piloto, turn up the San Vicente, or vice versa, and I'm making suggestions, and he's getting it made, and he's giving me feedback. He's like, you'll probably find that this is going to make it too much of this or not enough of this, and that's very helpful. But to his credit, and what I was looking for when I started this whole project was he lets me be hands-on and lead the blending process, and that's really important to me.
And that's interesting because you're not the blender, Class is, but you have a depth of knowledge about it where you can kind of speak the language with Class, like you said, a little less Lajero, a little less.
Yeah.
There's a lot of folks who just less pepper, less spice, turn up the sweetness.
No, I go once a quarter, and I go with him to buy the tobacco. We open up the bales, we taste it, and I'm choosing what I want for my cigar. So it's definitely a collaboration, more so than he's the blender and I'm the buyer. That's not the relationship there, right. And I think that's less and less common, especially as these factories are ramping up and scaling up. And so that was my challenge in finding a blending partner, and that's why I'm not. A lot of these new world blends are coming to market, and they might make one cigar at this factory and one cigar at this factory, and they're going in and choosing a blend that they like and putting their name on it. And it was really important to me to find a partner that I could stay with for the duration of the brand, and grow together with. And my success is his success, and vice versa. And so being part of the blending process is key for me.
Yeah, definitely hands-on, and that's super important to you. I mean, I got the sense from talking with you during the podcast that you want to be hands in the dirt.
Correct.
Really trying to steer the ship. And while yes, Class is the master blender, it's really this collaboration, this partnership. Correct. And I love that, and I think it works well for the cigars. If you haven't tried Stoic Cigars, you absolutely should. It's a great blend, no matter the size. But you kind of tease, you got a second blend coming out.
Yeah, second blend's coming out. It'll also come in the 4 sizes.
In the 4 sizes, so the wisdom, moderation, the justice, and the courage.
Nailed it. Perfect.
4 pillars of stoicism. We talked about this ad nauseum on Clear the Air. I had to do a little research.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me, you may have heard me say, cigar smoking is more akin to hedonism
I did catch that.
For a lot of folks, especially when you throw in alcohol. And here in New Orleans, it's a party city, Bourbon Street. This is a little more hedonistic. But as I said, taking that time for introspection, especially when you smoke by yourself, is much more akin to Stoicism.
Yeah, that would be the other thing that the other like standout for me. A comment you made on the Clear the Air was that there's some characteristic of self-deprivation inherent in Stoicism, and I can understand the interpretation there. I don't interpret it that way myself.
It's more self-discipline than self-deprived.
Correct. Yeah, there's no inherent virtue of self-deprivation. In fact, even moderation. I love this quote. This is why the quote, you probably can't see it on camera, but the quote here says, "If one oversteps the bounds of moderation, the greatest pleasures cease to please." And essentially what it's saying is, like, if you really want to get pleasure out of something, you can't go like full gluttony on it.
No.
It then ceases to be differentiated. It's sort of like
It's fine to have a great meal, just don't overindulge.
Correct. Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly. And not only is it better for your overall balance, it also heightens the enjoyment you're getting out of that thing. So it's a win-win. And so that's how I view it, the moderation principle. And I love it because it's a little ironic to have a size called moderation in a cigar.
Yes.
So I appreciate the subtle irony there as well. But to me, Stoicism at its core is about the mental fortitude that you develop as you learn to accept the things that you can't control, good or bad, that happen to you.
Yeah.
So you're not overly ecstatic when something goes really well, you get a windfall. And you're also not devastated when something doesn't go well. You affect the things you can control, and life continues to progress for you. And so, by the way, as much as that was helpful for me in my former life, it's infinitely more valuable for me now as an entrepreneur because shit goes wrong every second of every day. It's nonstop.
I envy you being able to do that. I like to go on rants. I'll get angry for 5-10 minutes, and then I'm like, all right, fuck it, I can't control it. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and I wish I could rein that in sometime.
It's certainly not easy, and that, to me, I think, again, that's the whole impetus here. Like it's not like, hey, become a Stoic tomorrow and all your problems are over.
No.
It's a practice like anything, and it's if you're going to spend your downtime enjoying a cigar anyway, there are some things that you can work on while you're doing it.
Oh, absolutely.
To make life better for
absolutely, as long as you're smoking by yourself. I find that when I smoke with other people, it's more of the social
100%
interaction. You can have deep conversations for sure, but you don't have that self-reflection.
Correct. Yep, I agree.
Stoic Cigars coming out this summer, second blend. Do you have a name for it yet?
I do, and that'll probably come out in a couple weeks when I do the announcement. I know.
I was trying.
You were so
I was hoping he'd slip. Can you tell us anything about the blend?
So it's going to turn up maybe a tick or two in strength and body.
Okay.
So really what we're looking to do is just to capture that next ring on the like the palate of cigar smokers, and to entice that cohort that's looking for something a little fuller. Mm-hmm. It's still soft on the palate. It's still very recognizable as a Stoic cigar, but it does turn up the strength and the body.
How are you liking New Orleans? First trade show as an entrepreneur, as a brand owner.
Yeah.
A lot different than what it was back in the day, 10 years ago.
10
Full
years
circle
ago, right
for you
here.
with Luge.
Yeah, good memory.
It's a little bit different for you, isn't it?
It is different. It was certainly a different level of stress. Just standing up these columns, I still have a little tendonitis or something going on from that. But we put the booth up ourselves. We'll tear it down ourselves, and we're literally blood, sweat, and tears to make this happen. But we're really happy to be here. We're happy with the way that it all came together, and we're excited to see what it looks like 10 years from now.
Guys, Stoic Cigars. If you haven't tried Stoic Cigars, ask your B&M to carry it, or look, just go to smallbatchcigar.com, order Stoic Cigars, have it delivered to your home, smoke it by yourself, have a little bit of introspection, a little self-reflection time, and just kind of meditate on why you're so fucked up. That's what I do, and I smoke 3 or 4 because I'm that fucked up. Vance Taylor, Stoic Cigars, my friend, thank you so much. Have a great show, all right, brother?